So that, good boy. Yeah. So this is where I found Ruby. This is in Saginaw, Michigan, on the west side, kind of right by the river. There's a McDonald's up there. If you can look around and see, there's really not any houses or like active businesses around here, but there is a road. So, you know, as soon as I found her, I immediately had the idea that she was dumped. She looked like she had been like just dumped. She was running around in circles scared. And this is kind of would be like an easy place because nobody's around here, nobody can see you, but you can drive up. So you could just kind of drive up and, you know, kick the old pooch out and roll on. But yeah, he was real. I didn't know if he was gonna be like violent at first. He was barking and running around, but pretty quick he like rolled over and showed me his belly, and he had like a collar on that was way too big. And it not only was it too big, but it wasn't even tightened all the way, which that's how you can tell they had a dog. It was a dog shit dog owner, which also kind of more led me to suggest it was dumped. You know, you can tell a lot about a dog owner by the kind of collar they put on their dog. But anyways, it was so loose, I couldn't just grab him and really walk with him. Plus he was so nervous, he was running around. He would have got away and ran into the road. So ow, motherfucker, I had to pick this dude up, which is 36 pounds, and carry him over a mile, which to me, I'm like, you know, 36 pounds, that ain't that. I'm a strong dude, but oh my God, that was some of the worst pain. I got some footage of in the middle of it. I found this stray, I gotta carry it home, wish me luck. So this is Ruby when she's acting semi-decent. She's still tugging a little. Get through here. Ah, shit. Yeah, so we went to the vet and they said they think she's like 4 months. We were thinking because she's so big, man, like 5.5 or 6 even. So, you know, when we heard the 4 months, it was kind of made me a little more optimistic, you know, just because some of her behaviors maybe could still be explained to being a puppy. And not that she's like that misbehaved of a dog. Really, it's just the separation anxiety, which is a motherfucker, man. And just because there's no surefire way to fix it. All these YouTube videos, you know, purport to have the answer, and the products and the pheromones and the shock collars and the supersonic bullshit. But the truth is, man, if any of those products worked with like reliability, people wouldn't have pet anxiety. People would use it. It'd be like flea treatment, you know? Flea treatment works like 99% of the time. So unless you're, you know, a cheap asshole, your dog never has to have fleas. But dude, a lot of people have issues with pet anxiety, and it seems like there's just no reliable solution. If there was, everybody would know about it, and it would be highly utilized, because it is some of the most frustrating stuff to deal with. I live in a super small apartment that's kind of like an older Victorian house separated into units, and thankfully the unit right next to mine right now is not occupied, but one over it is. And man, I feel like a dickhead having a barking dog. I have an ESA letter, which, by the way, my apartment, no pets, literally has a sign in front of it, no pets. I haven't been confronted by it. Come on, Ruby, heel, buddy, heel. I haven't been confronted about it yet, and I know, like, technically I have some kind of legal protection. You know, it is a legit ESA letter. I used kind of a bullshit website where you just had to pay $100, but you know, legally I should be protected. I just feel like a dickhead because I know I am using a loophole, and on one end I know that I'm not gonna let the dog destroy the apartment, and just, you know, I'm not gonna screw somebody over, but I do nonetheless feel bad that I kind of violated a contract in a shitty way. But I value the dog more than that, even though I am a guy who likes to have a good relationship with his landlord. I know some people don't care. I prefer not to have adversarial relationships with people who, you know, control something like that. And I know a lot of people will say, well, they can't evict you, they have to have 90 days. And I'm like, okay, dude, I get it, but I don't want to be that person. So this is the good boy in my small ass apartment, which is no pets. Let me tell you about that.
So it turns out, you know, let me tell you, I love a good scam. And emotionalpetsupport.com, I think I have that right, is a great scam. I paid him like $100, and a doctor named Patience Lester literally prescribed me an animal. Now I can't get charged extra, I can't get kicked out. She basically wrote a letter that's like, blah, 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 you know, Mr. John Coonley will, you know, take the nuclear option if he's not allowed to own an animal. It's kind of embarrassing, really. Like, I'm honestly less embarrassed to like use it as a scam. Like, haha, I paid $80, now you can't evict me. That's, to me, is less embarrassing than to like legit use it. Like, to say like, hey, I'm special. I need an animal. The rules don't apply to me, and now you can't do it. Like, I don't say that to down anybody who has an emotional support animal. But I think it's probably like a coping mechanism. Like, you're not getting over what you actually have a problem with. Like, I know a lot of therapists aren't actually into emotional support animals. Like I said, they think they're a coping mechanism. Anyways, my point is, I ain't gonna get evicted over this thing, you know what I mean? I feel like a bad dude kind of like breaking the contract of, you know, this apartment I rented. But I know in my heart, I'm a, you know, a tax-paying, honest dude. I'm not gonna screw up the apartment, and if there were any damage done to the apartment, like this, you know, doggy gate I installed, I will fix it before I get out. Or, you know, pay the deposit, whatever, I don't care. I actually haven't, the landlord hasn't found out yet, but I think I'm probably overdue to see her. I'm prepaid on rent, but still. Anyways, come here, buddy. Ruby. Ruby Roo. His name is, a lot of people say, oh, that must be a girl, isn't it? Her name's Ruby, and no, it's a boy, and it's Ruby, as in Ruby Ridge, because there's going to be an armed standoff if anybody tries to take this pupper from me. Yeah, that's right. I was going to name him Randy, as in Randy Weaver, but my girlfriend objected to that, so landed on Ruby. Ruby Ridge. So the vet said he thinks Ruby's 4 months old, which would explain some of the more puppyish behavior. I was thinking like 6 months, just because he's so big. But hey, ooh, do not, no, he's about to. That's my tether charger. About to be in big trouble if you
do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Speaking of tether, my PO gave me out till 10 o'clock every night now because I have the dog. I was like, he likes to go on night walks. Guess you got a soft spot for dogs. Anyways, the real issue is the separation anxiety, which I'm sure being abandoned didn't fucking help. But knowing that he's only 4 months, it kind of gives me a little bit of hope. Like, okay, that is like kind of more normal puppy behavior. I've had dogs my whole life. I do not want a dog with anxiety, like one of those yappy dogs that flips out, you know, whether you're there or not, and especially if you're gone. I like a nice, like, adult grown man dog. Like, I've had labs before this. And this is apparently, like, at first I thought it was like, I said pit bull. I'm shitty with dog. Like, unless a dog is like a Labrador or a Golden Retriever, they might as well be fucking Pokemon to me. I don't know dog breeds. But at first, just because it was abandoned in the hood, I figured it's gotta be part pit. It looks kind of like Scooby-Doo, so I figured maybe Great Dane. But then, I Googled something called Blackmouth Cur, and that looks exactly like what this dog is. And I guess Blackmouth Cur isn't like a real breed, it's kind of like, just like a nickname of a type of mutt. And supposedly they're like hunting dogs from the south or something. I can definitely see the hunting. Like, he goes nuts for squirrels. He does get along with our little cats though. We have one kind of young cat, and he roughhouses a little bit with that one, and we have to stop him. But then we have one senior cat that's like literally dying, and he's totally nice. He doesn't fuck with that one. So, you know, I think he's a pretty sociable dog. I took him to my family's house where we have like 100-pound lab, and they puppy played, you know, wrestled, but he didn't ever get too aggressive. So come on, buddy. Right now, man, just the problem is if we put him in this crate, I mean, you can't really see it, and step out, he just starts barking. And I went on Amazon and I found this thing. It was like a kind of like a dog whistle. It like emits a supersonic whatever that only dogs can hear. And you know, of course, it's Amazon. You look at all the reviews and it's like, oh, it worked the first time. My dog never barked again. the dog don't even react to it when I try. Like, it's like nothing. So then I got, you know, I know a lot of people are gonna give me shit for this. I got a shock collar. Once again, I got it because all the reviews were like, oh, you know, my dog barked, you know, he got shocked once, then never barked again. You know, I never even had to put the collar on him again. And I was thinking like, okay, I've seen the videos of like dogs when they bark with those collars on, and they fucking flip. It's hard to watch if you're any sort of, you know, empathetic towards animals. But I was thinking like, okay, if that only happens once, twice, even a couple times, then it would, you know, to fix this problem, you know, it would be worth it. Because you have to understand, I do live in an apartment, and although I have this letter that prevents me from eviction, I don't want my dog to be annoying my neighbor. I'm just not that guy, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I live in a neighborhood full of people who are not considerate of others. And I like to be, you know, a considerate person. Anyways, so anyways, if it would just get shocked once or twice and learn, then like, okay, it sucks, but at least it would be kind of worth it. But we put it on him, we put him in the kennel, he barked, he got shocked, and and I'm like, oh, that's hard. But then he barks again, and those collars, they wait a second. They won't like shock him once, like again and again in a row. But anyways, he barks the second time, and he gets shocked, and once again he's and at that point I'm like, man, I didn't want to wait for a third time, you know, because it just seemed like he immediately barked. He never stopped barking. It was almost worse because we had to do like the yelping of the pain. So it just really seemed not like a viable option. I also, once I found out that he was only 4 months old, they say like to only use the collars on 6-month-old dogs, so there's that too. So right now I'm probably gonna return both of those things, and right now I'm lucky there's nobody in the adjacent apartment, so the barking doesn't really annoy anybody but us, but who knows how long that's gonna last. And like I said, it really does annoy us. Like, you know, he loves me, man. I can't, buddy, come on, I'm trying to record. Come here, bud. But he's got to learn to stop barking. Yeah, that's a real bad habit, buddy. That's a real bad habit. Yeah, good boy. Good boy, though. You know what's funny though? Even though like I'm the one that feeds him, I'm the one that if I step out of his sight, he flips out. He still curls up next to my girlfriend to sleep. I don't know, it's funny like that. She kind of takes more of a different role though. Like I do a lot, I give him a lot of indulgence, and she's more like, you know, like the trainer. And dude, these dogs like this, man, they like to be trained. You know, I don't want to say they like to be disciplined, but you know, they like to really serve to serve, you know what I mean? Anyways, let me get some more footage.
Go Ruby. Yeah. Oh, Ruby knows where she lives. He lives. My dog's trans. No. Good boy. Yeah, we home, buddy.